we are moving on to installing the wire harness for our Aces Jackpot EFI. We are very happy with the way that this harness comes to us. It comes sealed in this huge bag. It comes with a main harness, which is here, that plugs into the controller and has all your ignition inputs and grounds and stuff like that. And then it has this little accessory harness that has like your fan outputs, your AC request in, your vehicle speed input, and your TAC output and stuff like that. And then it has all of these sub-harnesses. These sub-harnesses are for what generation LS engine you're running, right? There's two totally separate generations here that we're all playing with, Gen 3 and Gen 4. And the way Aces has broken down the harness so that you can mix and match really works well for the hodgepodge type builds that we got going on, you know? You can choose what injectors you have, whether they're EV1 or EV6 injectors, and they will send you the right sub-harness. We're a Gen 4 fuel injectors, so we're running the EV6, and that was that sub-harness we got for that. Because we have an early LS1 that's a Gen 3 motor, we got the 24X sub-harness for the cam and crank sensors. The EFI kit came with both. It also came with a 58X sub-harness if we wanted to connect to the cam sensor up in the timing cover. And then it comes with a set of sensor harnesses, or a sensor harness. This is for Gen 4 and this is for Gen 3. They're both pretty much the same. All of the sensors on it are the same. It's the same IAC, TPS, and IAT sensor. It's just a different map sensor connector for Gen 3 or Gen 4. And so if you have early Gen 3, then you would use this sub-harness. We're using this one because we have the map sensor that came with the Aces EFI, and that is a Gen 4 sensor. So these two sub-harnesses we just set off to the side and we don't use. We have our sensor sub-harness. This is our transmission sub-harness for the 6L8 or 4L80. This is our injector sub-harness, our cam and crank sub-harness. And this is for the Gen 4 NOx sensors. If you have the Gen 4 NOx sensors that go on the sides of the block, then you'll plug into these two, into those, and then you'll run this up over the back top of the bell housing, and that's where you'll plug into your NOx sensor connector. We don't have Gen 4 NOx sensors because we have an early LS1, so we have Gen 3 NOx sensors. Aces EFI does not include a Gen 3 NOx sensor harness, so they assume that you're going to have that if you have a Gen 3 LS. So for us, we won't use that, and on our own, we had to source the Gen 3 NOx sensor harness with the two grommets, and we got that. It comes with an alternator connector, and the Aces EFI comes with coil connectors. Unfortunately for us, again, because we're using the early LS1, we have the D580 coils, and these coil connectors are not compatible for us, so we also have to use supply our own coil connectors for the kit. Nothing big. I think a better way of doing this is to start installing all of the sub-harnesses and let all of them hang off, and then we can come at it with the main harness in the back end. I think that's how we want to do this.